Hey everyone. Today is the third anniversary of my son's passing, Michael Iroku Strain, and I just thought maybe today is a good day for a video, and I thought maybe I need to explain why over the past 3 years I've shared so much of my grief, mostly through Instagram, but then later on I've been sharing through Facebook. So just wanted to kind of give you the state of things, I guess, and in this journey. I guess I post for two reasons. One, as Michael's mom, I feel like I hold a story. You know, it's in. I need to share it and speak his name and make sure that he lives on through me talking about him. So I guess I talk about him just so that he's not ever all the way gone. Although I've realized in the 3 years that it's really not up to me solely to have that responsibility of carrying his story on, but rather it's through all his friends and family that talk with me about him and share, you know, memories and dreams and just hey, how are you doing? Thinking about Michael today, wanted to check in. Those kind of texts and phone calls are precious, just precious. And that's how Michael stays alive. I realize it's not just my responsibility to make sure, but it's all of us who loved him. And thank you all so much, the many people who loved him that continue to carry on his love and to share his love with me. And I still speak his name quite a bit. He's in my conversations because he's a part of me. He'll always be a part of me, and he'll always walk beside me. And so it just comes out. You know, if you know me, you know I talk about all my kids, and Michael's certainly one of them. So that's kind of one reason. And then the second reason I think I've shared over these last 3 years is because early on, in fact, the night that we found out, the first night after we found out that Michael had passed, I woke up at 3 in the morning and just felt like Michael was giving me the words to speak. And I just decided I wanted to speak the truth at his funeral. So I did. I got up and I spoke Michael's truth in love. And there's never any judgment toward Michael. He was loved unconditionally. He struggled, but oh my gosh, he was just a beautiful soul. So I early on, I wanted to tell the truth. And so I've tried to do that. I've tried to share my journey and what it's been like, because what I found when I do, there are so many people who struggle and understand, and there's really not a place for discussion of grief unless you go to a grief group or something. There's people just don't share, and people get uncomfortable with it. It's like, why is she talking about that? It's been 3 years. Why is she leaving a video? But it needs to be just like addiction is hidden in secrecy. I think grief is as well, and it's time that we stop that. I kind of thought of a metaphor or of grief, and if you'll allow me, kind of share what I've thought about over the last 3 years. And I think that the first year after someone so close, a child, a spouse, and I don't think my grief is any worse than anyone else's or anything. I mean, grief is grief. It hurts. And so mine's just one of many people. I'm just one of many people struggling. But for me, that first year, I liken it to kind of walking the beach in the middle of a hurricane, and you got your hood on, you're just holding it down tight. You're looking down, grief tsunamis are hitting you. You're falling down and you're picking yourself up. You're trying to walk against the wind. Your boots are getting stuck in the sand. You are just in it and you're just surviving. You're not aware of anything else going on anywhere else. You are just in the grief, surviving the storm. That's it. Year one, in it. Year two comes around and finally the storm dies down and you can let go and you can look up and you just see the devastation that was your life. Everything's destroyed. The home in the sense of the Strain gang family of 5 is gone. And you just see everything. You see the loss. Year two is worse than year one. It's brutal because you feel it. You feel all of it. All that stuff you were holding yourself together, surviving that first year. You look up and you see it and you know it, and you're not sure what to do. The anxiety sets in. Anxiety, I never had panic attacks. Started having panic attacks, depression, just all that hits year two because now the realization hits you. Year three, you're like, I gotta start building back. My house is destroyed, but I've got to start rebuilding something. And you start to rebuild and figure out what it is that your life's going to be now. And it's hard. You don't know where to start. But you have for me, 2 amazing children that are still here that you adore and who are just doing so well. And you have your husband. I have my husband. I should talk about me. I realize I have my husband and my kids, and I have my life that I need to live. I still have hopefully 30 plus years to go. And I can't just keep staring at this devastation that was torn up by the storm. I have to start to rebuild somewhere. So year 3, you start figuring that out. Where do we go from here? And for me, it is trying to find joy in life because there is so much, and trying to lean on friends and family, and to all of you who have just picked me up and got me doing things and helped me to find some things that I enjoy. God, I love you, and I thank you so much for being there. They say that odds are pretty high for even divorces after the loss of a child, and we grieve very differently. As I said earlier, I got to say his name. I got to talk about him. He's just right there in my heart. Where a bit doesn't want to talk about him, not doesn't want to talk about him, but it's harder to talk about him. It's so I'm so thankful for him and that we've weathered, I think, this storm and rebuilding. And then I'm just so grateful for my kids. I remember Dina told me, it's been about 1.5 years ago, Mom, I gotta look at this, and my goal is for people to say, wow, look how resilient she is. And she has been. She's just knocking it out of the park. And and being so strong and so good in work and what she does. And Garrett, the same way, just has a heart for serving others and is so good at what he does. And with Travis and Kavitha and Emma in our lives as well, we have a new strain gang. And that's been hard, because some of you don't understand that when you lose somebody in your immediate family, you've lost your future with them. You've lost your future with them. You've lost all the holidays with them, all the weddings with them, all the vacations with them. And you are now a different person. And you're like, I'm not the Becky I was. And I you know, it just is what it is. But she's coming back okay. She's coming back stronger, and I think more loving, and realizing just what's important. And it's that my precious family, my precious friends. And so that's kind of been the 3 years, if that analogy works. So that's why I share what I share, to be truthful, to help people see what it's like. It is certainly not for anyone to feel sorry for me. I don't need you to feel sorry for me. I do that well enough on my own. I'm good there. And I certainly not to get attention. I'm not, anybody who knows me, I'm not an attention seeker. I don't like being in the spotlight. That's not what this is about. It's about carrying him on and learning to rebuild and carry that grief. And it's not about acceptance or, getting over, fuck that. No, you don't ever accept it, ever get over it. You just learn to live with it and learn to carry that bit of you that's gone, and that big part of you that will always hurt. And I've learned that joy and sadness go together, because so many joyous times have a tinge of sadness because Michael's not there to share it with us. So I'm doing okay. It's 3 years. And thank you all. I love you.